Thanks for tuning in. I've been busy on several things. I haven't done videos in a while, but it doesn't mean I've been stagnant. I'm, out there on the streets a lot of times talking to people, and not trying to boast or anything, but this is just what I do, and trying to reach people wherever I go. And I got some clothing printed. Got the cap with MessiahsLove.com on it. And during the colder season, I got some sweatshirts with that printed on them. So, wear these things out there, and hopefully people take notice, and I got t-shirts. This just came out of the wash, so it's a little wrinkly. But, t-shirts for the warmer time of the year. I wish these would have came with pockets, but my other ones had pockets. But when you go to MessiahsLove.com, you'll find links for my other sites there, and I'm building social media sites. They have free speech within the confines of Scripture and local laws. Of course, there's federal laws, and we don't want to threaten people. We don't want to harass, things like that. Scripture tells us to seek peace and ensue it. And it's been a good environment. There's a lot of great people on there. And, just the site hasn't been up real long. And we're probably approaching 100 members, I think. So I'm happy to see that. And I know as more people come, it'll grow more. The main social media site for followers of Messiah is at messianicworld.com. And I've also built another one at bignewbook.com. Messianicworld.com offers pages, groups, connect with friends, a lot of things like the, bigger social media sites do. Now, I am working with a company that produces this software. I can edit certain things. I'm a programmer too, but it's just hard for one person to write all this code, and I lack the time to be able to do that. It would just take too long. I still have to earn an income and provide for my household. So this is the way I do it, and I found a real good company that produces the software, and I can add to it as I need to, and it's going very well. It's easy to log in. There are some things with that. There is a remember me link there that you can click that square hole. But that needs to be fixed. So don't get annoyed if you have to log in every time. Most browsers will remember your login anyway. So you can just go there, it's in there, and you click login. You can click on remember me. It's not real hard. One of the things is, one site in particular, it's been real popular for a long time. They allow pornography on there. And I feel like I'm going to a pornography site when I go on there. And I just deleted, I recently deleted the page I had on there. I had a large group on there before, lots of people. Took that down. And my main personal account, deleted that this morning. I just do not, to me it looks like a pornography site. There's so much on there. And I don't want to support that kind of site. And when it gets that bad, and the Father has gifted us to do something to bless the body, I think we need to be busy doing that. And so as an internet developer and a web developer, I do front end and back end development, and I have my own internet servers. So I have a lot of tools at my disposal, and I thank God in heaven for what He's given me and the abilities He's given me to bless the body of Messiah. And I'm expecting this to grow because it has been growing, and I expect it to grow even more. And I just work out of a small office, developing this stuff. The same network operations center I have for my computers also houses my PA system and guitars and everything like that. It's not a very big space, but I just make do with what I got, and I thank the Father for what I have. And I don't, make a tremendous amount of money, but He still blessed me at the same time. My house is provided for. My wife and I are happy here. We do some homesteading, things like that, and doing the best we can. And I happen to come home around the middle of the day because not much was going on out there. And when I was out on the streets, and I drive for a living too. So I said, well, there's some things here my wife needed help with. I'll come home and do that. And I wanted to start making videos again because I haven't done these in a while. And I really want to bless people. And I had a messenger group a little while back, but I shut that down. And, that and the related sites to that I'm not supporting any longer. It feels sickening to log into a site that has pornography, and it's not good. And of course, will not allow that on my own sites. People are free to post and share opinions and things like that. But the site I just left, they had shut down one of my accounts in the past just because they didn't agree with me. Well, they're not going to really agree with anybody that follows Messiah. We're going to be hated by this world. Messiah was hated by this world. And he said, if we're truly following him, the same thing will happen to us. So don't, be angry at these people. Don't feel bad. I'm just not going to support them. And I hope that more people will have that same mindset. Because that sends a message, and, when we can still be out there in the world, spreading the good news, but not just on the site, but stay away from the sites that have pornography. We can't support that. I mean, it in all good conscience, I would urge anyone and everyone. Now I am on, some social sites that are owned by the world, and but I don't see pornography on them, and I do get out there once in a while, and share some things, and making more people aware of MessianicWorld.com, especially the ministries. I'm connected with, Torah observant people and things like that, and still fellowship, online and offline, and there's even in local fellowships in our area, there has been false teachers, just wolves in sheep's clothing, and so we've withdrawn from that. My wife and I fellowship at home together until we can find something else. So you just need two for a fellowship. Scripture says, I think it was Messiah speaking, said, where two or three or more are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. So if all you have is your husband, a wife has her husband has his wife, the two of you together, you have a fellowship. Do that until, maybe the Father leads you in a different direction. And I even had hoped maybe I could start something. We don't have the room in our home, or on our property. So I've just been waiting on Elohim to see if he's going to guide me in that direction. I've had people tell me that if I were to start a fellowship, they'd come. So the Father must be doing something, because it has to be his work, not mine. And that's what MessiahsLove.com is all about. I want it to be his work. And that name actually came out of a meeting of some brothers and sisters in the faith. Because I wanted a new name for my site several years back in a different state that I lived in. And I was, meeting with a few brothers and sisters in someone's home. and discussing this, and some ideas came up, and out of that was birthed messiahslove.com. Plain and simple. The name before that was kind of long, and I said we need just something, favorably one word, or at the most maybe 2 words. And so that's how they came along, and my vision exploded for this work. It just exploded, and I knew because of that the Father was leading this, and so I'm very thankful for what's going on. And I built another social media site at messiahspeople.com a while back, but it's slow. It was built on WordPress, and not that WordPress is bad. I like WordPress, and I build a lot of my sites with it. I could sit down and write the code and just do HTML pages and stuff. WordPress is quick and easy to work with. But the site was just slow, and I went in there and I trimmed this and trimmed that to speed things up, doing the best I could. And finally I thought, I really need to just get a social media site and put that out there. And I bought this from a company. I said, I'm just going to, pay the money and get something better for people out there. And I have a newer copy of the site now too. I just need to find time to upgrade that and get some things working that weren't working well before. I mean, we got a lot going on there. And I'm excited about this because this is the best I've had so far. I started in 1996, and I built the first social media site in the world for Sabbath keepers, for Torah observant people. And I just built it with bits and pieces through my website, through using IRC, that's Internet Relay Chat, and put up a message forum, just, piece things together. And, we didn't know it as a social media site at the time. I called it an interactive network. I called it Christian Interactive Exchange, or CIE for short. And it was getting pretty popular. And I says, well, I've done different things online. I've got a lot more domains and sites that I used to, just because prices are lower now. And I have my own servers. I mean, I can put all the sites and everything on my own servers that I want. I don't have to pay a fee every month for each of those sites. I have to pay yearly for the domain name. So it was a much better move than just trying to host each site somewhere. And so I decided to get my own servers eventually. As the technology developed, I began using that to reach people online, and it can help reach people offline too. When they see that name, like on my cap or on my back. And another domain that I registered was truth7.com, just the number 7. And I think that would be easier for people to remember. And I may get some shirts printed with that on there too. And these are some of the things that we can do, if you don't have a website or something like that, to reach people, to leave them. Because when we talk with someone, that's for a short time. And I talked to a man recently in Harbor Freight, and I wear ZZs, and that's another tool, because if somebody sees them and recognizes them, that can strike up a conversation. He walked by me. I was facing some shelves and looking at some stuff. He walked behind me and said, "I like your ZZs." And he kind of kept walking, and I'm trying to think quick of something to say that I can hold him back and have a conversation. And what came to me was, I said to him, not everybody recognizes those or knows what they are. So he turned around and came back, and I found out just recently he started coming into the understanding of Sabbath and Torah. And so, and I believe in divine appointment. And so I talked to this young man, and he was interested, in my websites and things like that. And I carry cards on me too that I print here. And I offered him one of those, and he was happy to receive it. Because we only have a short time with some of these people when we're out on the streets ministering. And we need things that might draw people, like the ZZs, or, have things ready on us that we can give them a card, with a website. And because that short time we have is short, after that we need something as a point of contact with them so we can continue, winning them or helping them to grow or whatever the case may be. And so this is a lot of the work that I do that the Father's blessed me with. And I just wanted to share some of these things with you to give you some ideas and encouragement, because we really need to build the kingdom of Elohim. The time is so short, and we only have a few short years, we know, before Messiah is going to come back. So, talk to me. Register on, messianicworld.com and talk to me. I'm on there, every day. Send me a message, send me a friend request. And I want to work with everybody. And, as we all communicate and just learn ways of reaching the lost. We know that the adversary is out there in full force all the time. We don't have to fight him, okay? I've seen people with nicknames that, Demon Slayer, things like that. We don't have to fight the enemy, okay? We have power over them already. We see that when Messiah sent the 70 out, when they came back, they were amazed because they said, we have power even over demons. Messiah said, don't rejoice in that, but rejoice in the fact that your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. So let's get on to that thinking and just go out there to win the lost. The devil can't hurt you. The only thing the devil can do to you is what the Father gives him permission to do. And if the Father gives him permission to do anything, we are still going to win. So don't worry about it. We know we're going to win because we read the end of the book, right? So be encouraged, Mishpachah, and keep going forward and do what you can to win the lost every day. And may Elohim bless you. Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe and come on back again.